Hello, this is the Watchdog. Welcome back to Fun with Watches. If watches weren't fun, you'd only need one. Today we're going to review the SKMEI 9333. Let's start out with the wrist check. I'm wearing this Cadison 7064, and Greg was wearing my Enola 3854. I just reviewed that Enola, so if you haven't seen the review yet, and most of you haven't because the reviews are horrible, be sure to check it out. Grogo said that Ben Solo is quite upset. Now that his clone is enrolled in the academy, everyone likes his clone better than him. Grogo told Ben he could be quite a jerk at times. Just the other day, he told Wampy that he was strong with the dork side of the Force. Alright, here, take a look at the watch. It didn't come in the box, but it did come with this SKMEI hang tag, so you know it's not a fake SKMEI. And here it is. A pretty nice looking watch. I've been pleased with it. Another SKMEI on my channel. This one reminds me of a Breitling Navitimer, but different enough that I wouldn't consider it an homage. The side roll inner bezel is completely a prop, as the subcrown at the 10 o'clock position doesn't turn. At the time of this review, this watch is going for $18.65, which is kind of pricey for a SKMEI, but still very affordable considering what you're getting. Of course, when it comes to AliExpress small second chronographs, you have countless other options. This one does look rather nice though. This watch comes in 6 different colorways. If you like a gold tone, you can have green or white dials. If chrome is your thing, you can have white or black dials. There's also a gold tone with blue dial and bracelet, or a gold tone with black dial and bracelet. The watch is fairly big. It's 42.8 millimeters at the bezel, 50.4 millimeters lug to lug, but it does have inverted end links. It's 13.3 millimeters thick, including the dome crystal. Has a 22 millimeter lug width, and it tapers down to 20 at the clasp. It weighs 107 grams on the supplied hollow bracelet with 4 links removed. Yes, I removed 4 links and even moved it in a couple holes of micro adjust, so the bracelet's plenty long. The bezel has this scallop or knurling here, but it doesn't actually spin. It's just for decoration. And then we have an inner bezel, that's a slide rule, and that doesn't spin either. This little crown here to spin the bezel doesn't work, and I verified it's not stuck, it's just a prop. And then, of course, on the inner dial, then you have the other half of the slide rule, which once again is just a prop. Then you have the indices and minute markers, and the indices are loomed, but very poorly. And we do have little dots, so at the 3 and the 9. Then we have the hands. We have stick hands, and they are loomed, but poorly. And the second hand is not loomed. And of course, as you can see, this is a large second, running second, because the chronograph second hand is the small second. Then we have a date at the 4:30. I prefer a date to no date. A lot of people don't like these 4:30 dates. And of course, you're not going to get a color match date on a watch under $20. Then we have the SKMEI name up top. No mention of water resistance. You get your basic 30 and that's it. And then we have the subdials. We have the 24-hour indicator on the right, the chronograph second hand on the bottom, and the chronograph minute counter on the left. Then we have an unsigned push-pull crown, and the crown action is rather loose, and when you go to set it, you can get that annoying minute hand jump. It all depends. You got to be careful. If you hold it, let me see. If you hold it, no, it jumped into. Yeah, the crown action sucks. It's got a PE90 in it, and those just never have good crown action. And then we have the pushers, and they don't have any of that fake screw down stuff. Press the top one, and the small second chronograph starts. Press again to stop, and press it again to rewind. Pretty simple there. Then we have the crystal. The crystal is glass. You don't get sapphire at this price, and it's domed, and it's single dome because you can see the distortion. And I've never been a fan of dome because you just get a lot of reflection that you normally don't get with flat. So I wish it was a flat crystal, but oh well. And then we have the case. The case is a plated alloy, and this is chrome plating. Once again, you can get a gold tone if you want. And there's nothing wrong with the case. The shape is good, and it wears nice and flat on the wrist because this is a big watch. Then we have the case back. The case back is a press-on. It says water resistant, 30 meters. And it gives the SKMEI name and model number, and then it gives the battery code. And that's just something SKMEI does. So I guess you can know which battery to get before you take the case back off. Underneath the case back is the PE90 movement. This is pretty common in watches in this price range. It's a small second chronograph. Nothing special about it, and no sub-seconds. It's about as affordable as you can get. And as I showed you before, it can be kind of annoying to set because of the minute hand jump. Then we have the bracelet. The bracelet is hollow, and we have hollow end links also. And it's a 22 millimeter lug width, and the end links are 22 millimeters, but instead of really a taper, it goes instantly to 20 millimeters. So that's no big deal. And then we have push pins, not screw pins. And sometimes on a hollow bracelet, push pins give me a fit, and they just don't want to come out. But this one, they came out with no problem. And then we have the clasp. The clasp is simple and pressed, nothing special about it, but at least it has 3 holes of micro adjust. A lot of times on watches in this price range, they have a clasp, but just one side press, and it takes up all the room, and you only get 2 holes of micro adjust, so it's nice to have 3. But honestly, if I was to keep this watch, I would probably change the clasp, and you'll need a 20 millimeter to do that. Here's the watch on my 7.5 inch wrist. That looks nice. It wears nice. It's a big watch, but it wears nice and flat. And I removed 4 links to fit on my wrists. And then I moved it in 2 holes of micro adjust. So you can wear this if you have a 9-inch wrist, no problem. So that's always nice. And of course, if your wrist is bigger than 9, I guess you can buy 2 of them and rob the links off of one and put the other one on the strap. Here we are in the Lume room, just wearing the watch. I knew it didn't have good Lume, but we'll test it anyway, because that's what we do on Fun with Watches. We test watches even if we know their Lume is going to be horrible. As we speed up the time, everything fades almost immediately. This is about as bad as you can get. Really poor Lume, but you don't buy a watch like this for the Lume. What I like about this watch, well, it looks and wears nice. The bracelet's plenty long. And the clasp at least has 3 holes of micro adjust, even though it's not a very good clasp. What are my gripes and groans? The slide rule's just a prop because this crown here doesn't actually spin the slide rule. The Lume is just downright horrible. And this dome crystal does reflect a lot. Do I recommend this watch? Sure, you weren't going to use the slide rule bezel anyway, and it does look and wear nice for under $20. Well, thank you for watching my review of the SKMEI 9333, and I'll be back with another review. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel, and I would like to thank my paid subscribers. There's not very many of you, but here you are. And I'm going to just start showing paid subscribers at the end of my reviews now. I'm not going to sing a song like Britney does, but I'll still show my subscribers. Bye.